Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac. So we're starting up day number 2, run number 2, and I just want to say thank you all so much for your support on the very first episode. Guys, we asked for 1,000 likes and you delivered. I will set a lower mark today of 800, make it happen, and we will do episode 3 nice and pronto. So we did have a little bit of a streak yesterday. I actually did lose the streak because I was playing to get a thumbnail. So we're going to do an Isaac run today on hard, which should be a real challenge because I haven't played hard in a very long time. So we've already started off with Curse of the Lost, which should be fine. We'll be fine. I'll start like jotting stuff down in my notepad and, you know, we'll take notes and we'll be fine. So the Binding of Isaac version on PlayStation, not PlayStation 3, on the Nintendo 3DS actually has a notepad system. It looks so cool. So you can be playing and you can start like writing notes and such. Now, people are only ever using that to like really create some good little memes, but wow, that is a very large one of these. And but it means that you can like go into like basements where you've got the Lost and just start jotting things down. I think that is adorable. And I'm not used to these larger enemies, so every time a new Afterbirth thing pops up, just keep it in the back of your mind. Hey, James does not know about this. And you guys can be my mentor. So, what have I been up to today? Well, it's been a very typical Monday for me. I start my Monday pretty much the same way every Monday. I go for coffee with Python because me and Python live in the same city now. And we make it our mission to hang out every Monday. We talk about YouTube. We talk about like what we're planning and maybe like future projects and stuff. And today, while Python was helping me out with the weekly shop, you know, because I was going to do it anyway, and it's always good with some company, right? While he was helping me out with the weekly shop, he confessed something to me which I thought to be very disturbing personally, and I feel like you guys should know. I hope it doesn't affect your opinion on him as a YouTuber, but he'd never heard of Home Alone. Home Alone, the absolute Christmas classic. This guy had never heard about it. Now, when I once asked Python his very favourite film, he said to me, Bruce Almighty, and I knew then that Python was uncultured, right? And it's time to step in the way and improve that. But who hasn't seen Home Alone? So I invited him around for a brew because, you know, that's pretty much what we do. And I knew he wasn't available for long because, you know, he's a busy man. He records a lot more than me, and his episodes take a lot longer than mine because he makes Minecraft episodes. And, you know, he's hanging out, and I put Home Alone on in the background because I was like, let's see what happens here. He sat and watched the whole thing. He did. His eyes were infatuated with Home Alone. It is such a Christmas classic. If you haven't seen Home Alone, guys, it's time to really step things up because there are a few great Christmas classics in this world. One of them is Home Alone. The other one is Home Alone 2. I mean, you can't forget about that. And then I would also say that, so Home Alone 2, I'm going to put Elf on that list of Christmas classics, at least in 2018. That's where we're at now. Elf is a great film, right? But it's more of a comedy than a Christmas, I don't know, I guess that's dumb, isn't it? It clearly is a Christmas film. It's called Elf, but that's really great. I'd also rank the Polar Express, although talking to a friend recently, he said that the Polar Express is only good for the hot chocolate scene. I feel like you could argue against that, but I would say that the animation has really begun to age itself because, yeah, it's just not that great. But there is a cool little fact, right? So my favorite Christmas film is Santa Claus, right? Or it's in the top 5. Santa Claus is this film with Tim Allen in it, and it involves him becoming Santa Claus. And we'll talk about that in a second. But Tim Allen is the voice of Buzz in Toy Story, right? And then Tom Hanks is the voice of Woody in Toy Story. Now, both of those have appeared in my very favorite Christmas films. So I feel like those two as an actor have really done good for the world. But not Tim Allen. I don't know if you guys knew this. Here's a little fun fact about Tim Allen. Tim Allen is the only Disney employee with a criminal record. That's right. Tim Allen has a criminal record. What's it for, you might ask? Smuggling drugs into the country. You can look this up. It's real. This happened. That's insane, right? To think that the voice of Woody is a drug smuggling man. But what can you expect, right? Woody pushed Buzz out of the window. You know, he's clearly got that mean streak to him. So anyway, Santa Claus, if you haven't seen it, which is an absolute classic, it's a film about like a deadbeat dad And this deadbeat dad, well, he has this kid. He doesn't see his kid very often because he's more interested in working. And his job is, ironically, making toys, or like making the marketing for toys. And they make like some kind of crazy doll. But anyway, one Christmas, he has to look after his son. And the deadbeat dad and you know, criminal man Tim Allen is, one night he's, you know, it's Christmas Eve, and he hears like a rumbling on the roof. And it turns out it's in fact Santa Claus. Now, Santa Claus unfortunately slips to his death at the very start of the movie. You know, tragic end for for Santa Claus. And Tim Allen, being the man he is, he picks up the dead man's jacket and he dons it. And it's kind of like picking up the mantle, kind of like becoming Black Panther almost, but you don't have to eat any crazy mushrooms. He becomes Santa Claus. And that's what the film revolves around. But my favourite one, you know, you only become Santa for a month, essentially, at this point. But my favourite Santa Claus movie is the second one, because the second one has a little bit of a darker twist, right? So Tim Allen has become Santa Claus. He's gained a lot of weight. He's got like a white beard. Everything's looking a bit, you know, rough for him. But he has to kind of convince people that he's not some kind of like nut job, right? You know, why is Tim Allen aged 30 years and why is he fat and donning a beard? And it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. So I recommend, I give no spoilers for the second film. I really do recommend it. It's a good little laugh. Now, moving on to more pressing issues. As you guys know, I usually do my weekly Doctor Who review, you know, every week on my Terraria series. And since we're not doing Terraria today, what we'll do is my Doctor review here. So, Doctor Who's been pretty interesting this season. I personally have enjoyed it. We do have a new Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, which is the first female Doctor. And that, for me, never really bothered me. Like, it doesn't bother me. That's a really cool thing there. But this episode, my God, was it bad? It was probably the worst episode of Doctor Who I've seen in many years. It was about witches and there's King James and it's really bad. And there's mud zombies and it's not good. It's really bad. So I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. If you do have a curiosity for Doctor Who and you're like, you know what? I'm going to watch Doctor Who. My friends have been talking about it. This crazy Brit called James, he talks about it every week. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say maybe don't watch this. Maybe skip this episode. Find a new show. I guess one of the new shows out there at the minute is Sabrina on Netflix. That's the only other show that I speak about. But I thoroughly enjoyed the first season of that. And I was really happy because me and my partner watched it. And we were getting into it. And like a season ends of a show and you're like, what do we do now? Right, we're going to have to actually have a conversation over dinner. And I was like really delighted to see that like Sabrina's gone for the year, but they're going to do like a holiday special in like 2 weeks anyway. I was like, that is really neat. Not many shows do that where like they do the holiday special almost instantly after the first one. Wait, what? I can't believe it's not butter. I can't believe we got this yesterday. What is with this RNG? Right, so how do you use this? It was like that, wasn't it? Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I like that it, I don't know if that was like a champion blowing up the pots or that was me really paying attention. But I like that you can break the pots as well. Does that recharge in a new room or does it just recharge altogether? Oh, it just recharges. Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay. Let me kill these spitters. If you leave the room and you come back in, are the spitters gone? I can't remember. Oh, that is neat. I like that. Yeah, okay. So every pot that we see, we're going to have to break it. So that just made going to the shop worthwhile. Oh, that's what I love. A little bit of Isaac knowledge from actually learning it and not reading about it. I love that. I love it. Okay. I'll take that. And what floor are we on? I'm just going to help guarantee us a deal with the devil. So I'm just going to blow that up. So that took us down to 4 bombs and 1 key. So Python did watch Home Alone and he thoroughly enjoyed it. But I feel like there are some other films that I've got to get him to watch, right? So to begin this segment of the Binding of Isaac episode, we're going to talk about some of my favorite films. Because I feel like it's very important to know them. Because as a film connoisseur, I feel like I could really recommend some great films if you haven't seen them. So my number 1 film is The Shawshank Redemption. It's also my sister's favorite film, and she used to work like, I can't remember if it was like night shifts or day shifts. I can't remember which one it was. But anyway, it was some strange time. And every night she would put on the Shawshank Redemption just to like kind of like fall asleep to. And our walls were very thin. And at the end of the film, there would be like the DVD menu. And back in the day, DVD menus used to have music. I don't think they do anymore. Like nobody ever watches DVDs anymore unless it's like 4K or Blu-ray these days. But it used to play this like piano symphony pretty much on repeat. And because she'd fallen asleep, it would be on for hours and hours and hours. It would be wrong not to. It would be wrong not to. Thank you, Isaac. Oh, we love Isaac. I know it's a bit of a sin to take Brimstone for 2 days in a row, but if life gives you Brimstone, I'm going to smash it. Why not? So anyway, this every time I think of the Shawshank Redemption, I think of this awful piano music that used to appear on the DVD. But it is my favorite film. If you've never seen it before, it's about a man called Andy Dufresne who is sentenced to life in prison. And because of his life in prison, things are going to be a little bit different for him. And that's what the film centers around. And, you know, I don't like to ruin films, so I'll kind of leave it there. Maybe you guys have seen it. Very interesting film, right? And I think I would also add to my my list of favorite films ever, Suicide Squad. My God. No, I'm just kidding, right? I would add, like, Shutter Island. Shutter Island is a... Oh, okay, right. So this is interesting. So I've got Brimstone now, but I've also got something that's made it a little bit harder. And I think that's... Oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Oh, so you can release them like that? Oh, okay, that's interesting. So this is different, at least. But Shutter Island is a film with Leonardo DiCaprio. And he's like this rough detective. And he's been sent to a mental asylum to investigate something that's a little bit strange, right? And it's about a patient who has managed to escape Shutter Island, which is kind of like based on Alcatraz. And it's got some interesting twists and turns, and it's definitely a film I'd recommend to everyone, honestly. And that kind of concludes my film recommendations. I mean, have you seen Lord of the Rings? Have you seen Harry Potter? It's funny, right? Because I watched Lord of the Rings way later than I watched The Hobbit. I watched The Hobbit first. And I remember when I got my braces on, it was kind of like a rough procedure. And they gave me these very strong painkillers just to take for the night, essentially, because it was going to be a painful night. Now, the thing about me is I have no tolerance to painkillers or anything. Like, they have a really awful effect on me. I try and never take them because they're just like, they just feel dreadful for me. And I remember that I took these strong painkillers and my sister put on The Hobbit. And I remember I watched the whole of The Hobbit and then couldn't tell you a thing about it afterwards because I was just kind of melting into this chair as these painkillers kicked in. I don't think the dentist really realized, like, I don't know, I just have one of these body types that just can't really take a lot of medicine. And yeah, it's an interesting one, but I love The Lord of the Rings. What a great saga. I often get like nostalgic for it and I'll just put it on and I'm like, yes, Lord of the Rings. So this run as a whole, I am feeling very confident on now. I'm happy with my health. I'm happy with my items. I'm happy with these laser tiers as well. And I'm very happy with my special items. So, as a whole, I feel like we can call this one a day, guys. Sorry, I'm just taking a sip of Coke. Not sponsored, but, you know, I could be. I would happily be sponsored by Coke. But then again, Coke is one of these things where Coke makes me uncomfortable. Because Coke is a drink that's been around before you're even born into the world. And stuff like that, it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes. Like, Coke, yeah, been around like, what, 100 years? Who knows? I don't know how long Coke's been around for. But it's strange to think that, like, we're all consuming something that was literally made a very long time ago. Very strange indeed. What is with this run? We're getting very similar situations to yesterday. Yeah, I feel like this item was a really good pickup for making the run a little bit harder for me. Because look at this, I'm like doing dreadfully. Okay, Guppy's Paw? Yeah, go on then. Why not? Right, okay. I'll take that and I'll be on my way. So I just converted all of my hearts into soul hearts. I'm pretty confident in that because I don't feel like I'm going to get another deal with the devil, truthfully. So I might go in there if I get a few more keys. So I think this is an appropriate response. Now, the thing is, you can start wasting health like this by going in and being like, okay, I'll take this chest. And sometimes that's going to pay off and sometimes it won't. And I want to try and do some risky maneuvers today. I want to play it a little bit more aggressive than I did yesterday. Yesterday was still good, don't get me wrong. Yesterday we did a run with Brimstone, essentially, if you guys didn't watch. And we got to the mom fight, because this is a new save. I am thankful I took this ring tier, but I'd love to... this run would be really interesting without it. Let's just say that. It'd be over a lot quicker. I like these long rooms. These long rooms are kind of new to me. I do think they're good. I mean, I'm used to XL rooms, don't get me wrong, but long rooms are, yeah. Especially when you get a long boss room as well. That is really strange. Right, greed today as well. Oh, I need to get better at... do you know what it is? It's this ring really, like, blocks some of the peripheral vision that you've got. So, not great for me. Fuse cutter, and I also got some pennies. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so have I found my golden room yet? I haven't found the golden room. So before I go and do that boss fight, I'll try and work on the golden room, or the item room, or the treasure room. I don't know what it's called. I wasn't expecting one of those behind there. So that dude is slain. Now, alongside talking about Christmas movies, I've also been, like, you know, talking about Christmas songs a lot to people. I try and find, like, I don't know what it is about me, but I'm just so interested in hearing people's responses to a lot of things, right? And one of them at the minute is like, so, what's your favorite Christmas song? I'm trying to figure out what mine actually is. I'm so certain, though, it's Carol of the... I kept getting scared and not wanting to actually grab this chest. Okay, it's only pennies. Yeah, I'm pretty certain mine's Carol of the Bells. Right, so that was bad gas.
I'm excited.
Excited. Range up. Range up. Not bad, not bad. And speed down. Not the greatest situation in the world there. So one of the things I've also been doing at night time now is I've been, like, thoroughly getting into Pokemon White. So, as you guys know, in my Terraria series, I purchased Pokemon Go, and, well, Pokemon Let's Go, and I was getting into it. I thought, this is actually a really solid stellar game, and it made me crave old Pokemon more than out, like, but I didn't really want to replay one of the games I played a million times, and I also don't really like the 3D Pokemons all that much. So I picked up Pokemon White, and I have been genuinely, like, loving it. Like, I've put in, like, I think it's about 15 hours now, and my God, it's different. But it's strange because, obviously, like, sometimes when you get nostalgic, you go back and you find the thing that you love, right? But not necessarily with me. Like, with me, I've been like, I want to find something I love, but I also want it to be fresh, so... I feel like, in a way, if there was a Pokemon remaster I hadn't played, that would be the perfect time to really get into it. But this is just a game I skipped out on. And it's just great. I've just been enjoying it. It's like Pokemon, but all the Pokemon are brand new because they don't use any of the old ones in this version. Not until the late game, apparently, according to you guys. Oh, nice. My mantle saved me there. Right, is that a HP up? Old bandage? Yep. And let's go down the floor. So I've been getting really into it, and there are a few things that I'm not, like, overly keen on, though. Like, to go into it, I feel like one of the things that kind of annoys me is the fact that, so it's a really good game, but it was made after Pokemon Heart Gold, right? And Pokemon Heart Gold added this feature where on the bottom screen of the DS, you would see this really cool, like, display that would tell you, like radio and your Pokemon and the map. And it was great. Like, it really used both screens, to a good effect, right? But no, they made a game afterwards and then removed that feature of, like, having the bottom screen in use, which to me makes no real sense. So I did find that to be a little bit strange. Right, let's try and not blow up the dude. Okay, let's play this because we've got 42 gold at this point. I mean, unless we get money equals power, I'm gonna be fine just to waste a little bit of stuff. What'd you give me? Oh, troll bomb! Oh, you moron! Why? If I didn't get that speed decrease, I would have been fine. A key? Look how much I traded for this key. There you go. HP upgrade. I'll take breakfast. Thank you. I don't actually eat breakfast, though. I won't lie. I mean, I ate toast this morning, and that was pretty decent. So I guess I'm kind of lying in a way. Toast is, in fact, breakfast. I think it's probably one of the best breakfasts, though. Toast is like, it's warm. It's got butter on it. I like it with jam sometimes. Sometimes I don't. It's a good time, right? I used to be dreadful with these. When I would come into a room and there would be Brimstone firing enemies, I used to, like, absolutely panic. In we go. What do we get? Is that small rock? Unicorn stump. Is that invincibility? Does it charge up? Is it invincibility or is it extra damage? I don't actually know. Oh, it was extra movement speed. Okay. I'm going to leave that behind just because I'm enjoying what I've got, but I will pick it up at least. All right, what do I have to do here? Oh, okay, it's nothing. Oh, God. Thank you, Mantle. Wait, how do I get out this room? Oh, I've got no key. Oh, right. I was very, I was like, what? I was like, why can't I leave? Very, very confused. So how many floors we got left? We got like 2 floors. I'm losing track. I wasn't keeping track yesterday. I mean, it's been about 19 minutes, so I'm guessing after this there's 1 more floor. I love these little popping up enemies. Oh, so you guys were asking me, will I play the new Binding of Isaac DLC? This actually comes at a very good time, right? Because I presume that this DLC will probably be out in around January, right? That's a guess. I don't actually know. I have no official contact with the Binding of Isaac people. But that being said, I feel like because of that fact, I might actually be able to catch up on my Isaac knowledge before then. Because as it currently stands, like I've mentioned, I have no knowledge of the booster packs or a lot of Afterbirth Plus, especially the late game stuff. Like, I haven't beat Delirium, for example. So I feel like it'd be really interesting if I could catch up on my knowledge so that I could really appreciate what's coming next. Because it's kind of like when you start Terraria and 1.3 is already out. You're never going to appreciate all of the little new things that have been added, you know, all the little changes. Because, you know, it's just Terraria at the end of the day. But when you're doing something like the Binding of Isaac, like noticing the little changes or finding a new item that you've never seen before, it's a good feeling, right? What a room, by the way. I had Fear Shot yesterday, didn't I? And I fought this exact same boss. Wait. There we go. There we go. Okay, Torn Photo, so that's tier speed up. And I will take this because I'm not really using my health, so that's Spectral Buddy. And this is good because we'll get a little bit of extra firing in while I am doing that. So, with 3 keys, we could backtrack back to the shop, but I don't think I'm really going to bother. I think I'm just going to work my way through the remainder of this last little area, and I'll crack on. Yeah, go on then. Why not? Let's do a challenge. So what is it? Money and keys? Not bad. Oh, it's actually the same boss. Ah, what are the chances? It's a boss one. So there's 2 bosses, right? That's what you gotta do? Pretty sure it is. Man, I tell you what. So the Binding of Isaac came out on mobile, right? And it came out at a time, if you guys don't know, before the Nintendo Switch. So, you know, I really wanted a new portable way of playing Isaac that wasn't on the Vita. Because I didn't want to always carry a Vita around with me, but you've always got a phone, right? That's a quote from the Diablo Immortal team, but, you know, you've always got a phone. So there used to be this Apple accessory called Game Vice, and what it was essentially was this controller that clipped onto either side of the iPhone, and it looked a hell of a lot like a Nintendo Switch. Now, the Nintendo Switch was announced at the time when Binding of Isaac Mobile was released. So Game Vice were like, we're going to sue Nintendo. We're going to like take them to court. We're going to sue them for stealing our idea because they did look very similar. So at the time, I was desperate to play the Nintendo Switch edition of Isaac and also desperate to play the iPhone version like the Nintendo Switch, and I could do neither because Isaac actually ended up getting delayed. It was meant to come out in the March, but it ended up coming out in like the May. I bought the physical version and the digital version. That's how much I love this game, but I haven't played it a lot on Switch yet. Okay, the Fool. Decent. Okay, let's find out what we got. What's that? Hot? The mulligan. They grow inside you. Okay, that's not bad. So I think we're just working our way down to the final fight. And then we're done. But But yeah, I saw the game vice. I was in an Apple shop the other day and I saw the game vice. And I was like, you are 2 years too late. I wanted you so long ago. You overpriced, clunky looking accessory. I wanted you so bad. But you got greedy. You tried to sue Nintendo. And they didn't win. Like, it wouldn't be on the market if they won. Look, they might have won. I don't actually know. I haven't done the research. I just wasted a key on that. Have I got a key in here? Hey. What is in here? Is it a bed? Is it a dice room? Nope. It is 3 of these bad boys. I'll take these bombs. And I will also trade a little bit of health to find out what's in here. Because I've got mad curiosity. It was 1 coin and 1 bomb. That's not bad, though, for a little bit of damage, right? So on we go. What happens if you beat Mom, by the way? Because, like, the womb's not open yet, is it? You have to do Mom, like, a few times or something. Because the womb's not open, what happens when you beat Mom and then use the Fool? Do you just have to, like... Does it just push you back to the start? Why are these not chasing me? Oh, oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, it's some Brimstone boys. Okay, I'm going to check this out. I'm always interested in deals with the devil. The hermit, right? I don't want the shop either. Okay, let's keep pushing on. I don't really need to play this. Okay, it's Super Greed. This is good because I needed to fight Super Greed on this save, so I'm happy about that. So that is 1 more enemy down. They've added a... oh, I got Kane. Oh, great. Hey, that's sick. Yeah, they added a feature where it can, like, track all of your enemies. They didn't have that in the game back in the day. So I'm kind of excited to see that on my save. Alright, let's push on. I always think these spikes, when they go down, I'm like, right, that's because I beat all the enemies. Man, I wonder what it's going to be like when I actually get given a hard run. I always get the nice ones. Okay, lots of money. I really should go back to the shop and donate some of this money, but, you know, I'm alright. So let's see how powerful our setup really is then. Isaac! Hurrah! Shouldn't really stick a foot down very often. You can get like a mega version of this, right? Where it's like a different color. I know that. Okay, is this going to be it soon? Just wasting a bunch of health. And here we go. Let me print screen that. Oh, the womb is open. Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, God, I wouldn't have played so sloppy. I had no idea. Oh, my God. All right, let's go to this. I don't know where this is going to take me. Oh, it's here. Nice. Oh, wow. I literally had no idea. I was playing so sloppy because I was like, and we're at the end of the run, guys. Like, I'm like winding down. I'm like, I don't need to talk as much. I can get nice and chill, get into it. Nope. I don't even know what this at the end of this. This is where everything gets a little bit more interesting, isn't it? Can't believe that. I actually can't. I'll leave the twisted little paperclip thing there. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That was a nice little twist for me. Because I wasn't expecting it. I'm going to rush through this area, though. Or I'm going to at least try to rush through. But I was playing so sloppy. I was like, yeah, let's take a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there. Yeah, I should have been, like, in reality, like, conserving all of my hearts. All right. Oh, we don't even have a key. Oh, what's the point? Hello, mate. Oh, that didn't even do out, did it? Okay, there's my key. Go on, we'll open it up. Why not? Ooh. Head of the Keeper. Penny Tears. Oh, I love Penny Tears as well. Oh, I'm actually really gutted about that because I love Penny Tears. It makes for the best... It does make for, like, the best effect because it's that thing where it, like, spits out a bunch of pennies as you're firing. And these pennies, like, start shattering and just laying on the floor. So good. Slow down. Okay. Do you have to destroy the, I didn't even know. The Book of Revelations has appeared in the basement and we also got a cube of meat. That's what we unlocked yesterday, wasn't it? The cube of meat. So we unlocked Eve as well. Oh, oh. That was a tough one, that. Nice. That was good. Okay, let's push on. Let's push on. I'm getting real tense now. Getting, like, really into the zone. Get out of here, Bomberman. Yeah, I never played Bomberman as a kid. Bomberman didn't really appeal to me. I guess it's because I didn't really have a lot of people to play games with when I was a kid. Because, like, I had sisters, and my sisters weren't really into playing games. Although, get this right. So, when I was a kid, me and my sister used to play this game called Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. It was on the PlayStation 1. And I don't know if it was a particular good game, but my sister Shannon, she would only ever play this game with me. Like, she just wasn't into games. But when it came to Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, mate, she was all over it. Now, I remembered when I was a kid that we lost this game. And my sister's brought this up for many years afterwards, right? It's like a point of tension, right? Because she believes I lost it. Now, I was in a retro game shop the other day, and I actually managed to find a copy of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, and I took it to her, and I was like, hey, do you remember this? And she was, like, genuinely so, like, she knew it was thoughtful, because I was trying to be as thoughtful as possible, right? And, so anyway, I give her this game, and she's like, I can't believe you smashed the old one. I was like, what? Like, and apparently, she's accusing me that when I was, like, we're talking about when I was, like, a little child here. But she's accusing me of, like, when I was a kid, I smashed up this game. No. Like, it's all lies and it's slander. Never happened, right? It's funny how memory works, though, because obviously two people can have two separate, you know, mental retentions of the same thing. Very interesting, though, right? Very interesting. There's a cool little thing we learned in psychology when I was younger about how memory works under pressure. And, like, one of the things they used to do is they would show you, like, disturbing images of a car crash, right? They would get, like, 30 people in a room, in a lecture hall, and they would show them disturbing images of a car crash. Now, a car crash is very obviously, like, stressful thing to watch, right? And so what it would do is it would stress the person out, and then all they would do is they would ask you afterwards, did you see any broken glass during the crash? And because the mind fills in blanks in very strange ways, everyone would say, yeah, I saw loads of broken glass. Or people would be like, no broken glass, but I didn't see this. And there was always never any broken glass. Right, so that takes you to the chest. This is a deal with Satan. So I can go, if I go to the chest, does that end the game? Or if I go down, does that end the game? So I don't want to end the game. I feel like I'm going to do the chest. Go on, we'll do the chest. And there we go! Ending number 2. That's at least another ending. So I feel like I need to do that fight 5 times, and then I'll unlock the next area. Right, but that's going to do it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for the next one. And remember, guys, if you hit 800 likes, I'll make the next one super soon. Right, see you in the next one, guys. Peace.